Hello, hello, beautiful humans. Welcome back to Downloads with Dawn, part of the Aligned Human Project. I'm your contrarian soul guide, here to bridge science and spirit, field and form, so that success can finally feel like freedom again. And today I want to tell you the truth behind why so many brilliant, capable, high-performing humans feel burnt out, numb, disconnected, and exhausted. It's not because you're doing too much. It's not because you're weak. It's not because your nervous system can't handle life. The real reason is this: you're living split inside yourself. There's a fracture between your inner feminine, the field, and your inner masculine, the form. And until we heal that split, no amount of time off, self-care routines, boundary work, or productivity hacks will save us. Stay with me, because in this episode, you'll learn the real root of burnout that no one is talking about. Why the modern world runs on distorted masculine energy. What happens when the feminine goes underground. How this split destroys coherence and drains your energy, and how to begin healing the fracture inside yourself today. So let's get into it. The world runs on distortion. Most people think burnout has to do with a workload, but burnout is not about volume. It's actually about misalignment. We were conditioned from childhood to abandon the feminine within us. The feminine is intuition, it's wisdom, it's rest, it's creativity, it's cyclical knowing. It's the field, the source of everything. But we were told she was inconvenient, irrational, too emotional, too slow, too sensitive, too much. So we buried her. And what happened? We overfed the masculine, but not the healthy masculine, not presence, clarity, structure, devotion. We fed the distorted masculine, the part that hustles, forces, controls, dominates, suppresses, and overrides. That distortion is the default operating system of the modern world. And this inner split, the exiled feminine and the overworked masculine, is what creates burnout, exhaustion, resentment, and emotional numbness. Not because you're broken, but because you've been trained to live out of coherence. Let's bring in the science here, because I want this to land. When your inner world is incoherent, your energy field becomes chaotic. And that chaos drains the system. Every emotion you suppress disrupts your electromagnetic field. Every boundary you ignore fractures your nervous system. Every truth you silence creates internal static. This is law 2 of field and form, the law of reflection. As within, so without. Whatever frequency you hold internally becomes the signal you broadcast externally. If the feminine is suppressed, your frequency collapses inward. If your masculine is distorted, your frequency projects outward in force. And either way, coherence breaks. And without coherence, you can't access energy, clarity, creativity, or intuition. You become a high-functioning, disconnected shell of yourself. And the body eventually says, enough. I promise you, I know. I've lived here a long time. Now, the split equals an energy link. And according to the Aligned Human Project, we are here to reclaim the feminine so the masculine can rise healed. This is the heart of the movement. When the feminine is ignored, you override your intuition. You collapse into guilt. You numb out. You say yes when your entire body is screaming no. Or vice versa. You move from survival, not sovereignty. When the masculine is distorted, you hustle to prove your worth. You control outcomes out of fear. You disconnect from your body and you ignore your limits. You live for achievement instead of alignment. and we wonder why we are so exhausted. We're trying to build a coherent life on an incoherent foundation. Law 9, the law of coherence, is intent plus emotion equals manifestation, explains this perfectly. If your inner intention is one thing, but your emotional reality is another, you split your signal. And nothing can flow through a split signal. Not creativity, not clarity, not healing, not abundance, intuition, not truth. Here's the hardest truth. We learned to ignore our inner worlds because we were rewarded for it. We were rewarded for self-abandonment, for people-pleasing, for overachieving, for being the strong one, for collapsing our needs so others would stay comfortable. But the cost? Your coherence, your inner truth, your energy, your sovereignty. This is why Law 6, the law of dominion, radical self-responsibility equals sovereignty, is the turning point. No one can heal this split for you. But you can choose right now to stop outsourcing your power. So how do we actively participate in healing the split? Well, let's do a simple practice. You can return to any time you feel scattered or overwhelmed. Place one hand on your heart and the other over your belly. Close your eyes or soften your gaze, and just take a really nice slow inhale through the nose. Fill your belly, hold for a moment or two, and then exhale nice and slow, soft through the mouth. And now ask, what part of me have I been ignoring? Let whatever rises rise. It might be, I'm exhausted. I'm scared. I need rest. I'm angry. I'm overwhelmed, or I'm done pretending. Now ask, what does my feminine need from me right now? Just wait. I might ask for quiet, connection, honesty, compassion, rest, time, truth. Just let it rise. And finally, what does my masculine need to feel safe to rise in alignment? Your inner masculine may need structure, direction, clarity, boundaries, consistency, a plan that honors your truth, not your conditioning. This is how we begin healing the split, by listening to what we've been taught to silence. Here is what I know. You were never meant to live split in two. This is exactly what the Aligned Human Project exists to heal. Because when you restore harmony inside yourself, you restore harmony in your relationships, in your work, in your body, and in your leadership. This is the rise of the aligned human, the one who bridges science and spirit, the one who lives from sovereignty, no longer pushed and pulled by their dramas and their traumas, but thriving in this present moment. The one who walks in wholeness. You don't have to hustle your way into alignment. You remember your way into it. If this episode stirred something inside you, that's resonance. That's coherence returning. That's truth waking up. Start with the alignment audit. You can see exactly where your energy is leaking and where the split is happening. And then download From Burnout to Alignment Blueprint, your step-by-step bridge from survival mode back into coherence. And if you're ready to walk the 12 laws in community, the Align Your Life group begins on December 7th. This is your space to heal the split, rise into alignment, and become the aligned human you came here to be. Remember, pause, take a conscious breath, feel, notice the emotions and sensations arising, and then align. Who do you choose to be today? with love and clarity. I'll see you in the next video.